Deal to affect low-income Americans, the White House is embarrassed. So the White House doesn't have much to say about the revealing Durham report that investigated the alleged Trump-Russia collusion. Some say that it's not worth talking about, while others argue that it was unfair for the former president. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene even went as far as to say that the FBI's director and the U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia be removed from office because of what they did to Trump. Now, would you look at that? Another day has gone by and the debt ceiling debacle still hasn't been resolved. They're trying to pin all of the fear on Social Security, but were you guys aware that this is absolutely devastating for the low income and for those who receive SNAP and EBT benefits as well? The oldest member of the Senate, Senator Diane Feinstein, recently returned to work at the Capitol, although some find it weird that she doesn't remember that she's been gone for months. When asked about how she was received by colleagues, especially after a long time of being gone, Feinstein was reported to have been agitated as she said that she's been at work for the entire time. What do you guys make of that? And Tesla CEO Elon Musk bashes people who work from home and tells them to get off their high horses. Now let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the updates. Also, for the best way to invest in gold or silver, check out the links in the description down below this video. Now it looks as if President Biden is now already set to negotiate with U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy regarding the whole debt limit crisis, and sources say that work requirements for some government programs are now on the table. This means that low-income Americans will directly be affected. Now with the President, McCarthy, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries, and Senate Republican Leader Mitch McConnell in attendance, a new round of talks was initiated to hopefully avert an economic disaster that would have us default on our debt. What programs are we talking about here? Well, there's two of them that face changes. There's SNAP benefits, SNAP and EBT benefits or food stamps, and the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program. Now, if the Republicans succeed with getting their changes, recipients will have to document and prove that they were working at least 20 hours per week. Now, critics of the proposal are saying that this is unfair to the elderly or older generation, especially those who are aged 50 years old and beyond, as they're more likely to face age discrimination in the labor market. That, and not all of them are physically capable of still being able to get a job at their age. White House spokesperson Kevin Kikukawa, he had this to say about the possibility of change. Quote, "The president has been clear that he will not accept proposals that take away people's health coverage. The president has also been clear that he will not accept policies that push Americans into poverty. He will evaluate whatever proposals Republicans bring to the table based on those principles," end quote. This again puts a lot of us at risk, but let's just hope that they actually do the right thing for Americans. What are your thoughts on this? Now, moving on, we got White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre and how it looks like they're not sure how to respond to the findings on Special Counsel John Durham regarding the supposed Trump-Russia collusion.
What is the White House reaction to Special Counsel Durham's report on how the FBI handled the Trump-Russia probe?
I would leave it to the Department of Justice to speak to.
Talks often about how he wants the DOJ and FBI to remain independent and above the fray. That report seems to reflect the opposite. Does he agree with Special Counsel Durham that there needs to be wholesale changes at the FBI?
Again, that is with the Department of Justice. That's not something that I'm going to speak from the podium. As you just stated in your question, we believe in an independent Department of Justice. That's what the president said when he was running, and that's what the president has said the last 2 years. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in Japan.
Well, they did have a response, and critics say that the response was to run away. Many supporters of the former president say that this report vindicates Trump. However, some think that it's not enough. Now, if you ask Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, she wants to introduce articles of impeachment against FBI Director Christopher Wray and Matthew Graves, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. Now, according to her, quote, "It is unacceptable for the director of the FBI or any civil officer to exercise his power in a way that targets one political class while doing favors for the other," end quote.
This is what has happened in America today. Power corrupts. The Biden administration is proof of it. From the top down, virtually every person involved in this disturbing America Last executive branch has weaponized their office to target their political opponents. It's unprecedented, and it's not the American way. This week, I've solemnly and soberly chosen to use the powers that the founders provided and issue a check against what the Biden administration thinks are unfettered powers. It's something I don't take lightly. On Tuesday, I submitted articles of impeachment against the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Matthew Graves. On Tuesday, I also submitted articles of impeachment against FBI Director Christopher Wray. Director Wray has turned the Federal Bureau of Investigation into the personal police force of Joe Biden and Attorney General Merrick Garland. It is wholly unacceptable for the FBI director or any civil officer to use their power in a way that targets one political class and favors another.
Now, she also said that Trump did not break any laws by having classified and sensitive documents in his Mar-a-Lago residence compared to President Biden having classified documents while he didn't have the authority to possess them. So here's an idea. If somebody messes up within the government, why don't we just hold them accountable? Let me ask you, yes, you who's watching this video right now, if you messed up at work, like a really, really huge mistake, do you think that you would be at least reprimanded, maybe even laid off, fired, terminated? How come it doesn't apply to our government officials? Anyone have a clue as to why this is the case? Now, speaking of working a job, billionaire Elon Musk has some sharp words for people who prefer to work from home.
And the whole sort of work from home thing, it's like, I think it's, look, there are some exceptions, but I kind of think that the whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." Mm-hmm. It's like really, you're going to work from home and you're going to make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're going to make the people who make your food that gets delivered that they can't work from home. The people that come fix your house, they can't work from home, but you can. Does that seem morally right? That's messed up.
Do you guys think that Elon Musk makes sense here? Now, if you were to choose, would you rather work from home or be in the office? Now, on that note, were you aware that Senator Diane Feinstein is now back to work in the Senate? Now, while it is good news that she's okay, a recent back and forth with reporters, it raised even more questions if the 89-year-old was still fit to hold her office. A reporter from the LA Times, Benjamin Orsk, he shares the brief but telling exchange between the senator and the media.
She was asked, how does it feel to be back? She said it was good. We asked, what does it feel like to hear from people about your return? And she said, I haven't been gone. I've been working. And and she goes, I've been voting. And I said, oh, so you mean like you've been working from home? And then she responded, no, I've been working here. I've been voting.
Now, of course, this could have been a case of miscommunication. However, some say that this could very well be a sign of her cognitive abilities deteriorating. So what do you guys think? And what are your thoughts on today's updates? Make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Having a job these days sure does not ensure that you can afford everything that you need. And honestly, it's kind of sad. Now, I understand that some of us are forced to work more than one job just to kind of make ends meet. I've been there. And even with that, the cash flow still isn't enough. Now, what if there was a better way? Now, there's plenty of ways to make money with side hustles, small businesses, home-based businesses, e-commerce stores, drop shipping, you name it. Now, there's also methods that can generate multiple streams of income. Sound good? Now, the same could be said for wise investments in gold, silver, investing in real estate, and investing in the stock market. But how do you get to that next level? Well, if you guys want to learn more about this, definitely hit me up in the comment section down below. I've also left some very helpful links for you guys in the description of this video as well. But it all starts with you. It starts by taking the very first step. Now, before I go, guys, please do me a solid one by liking this video. Also, share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of the truth. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one.